Hello, welcome to Altcoin Daily Technical Analysis with Bitcoin Gorilla, where I use simple price action to break down different altcoin prices, telling you what is likely going to happen next on the coin. And today's analysis, we're going to be looking at the coin called the Sun coin. Now, this is an update to my last video on Sun, and by the end of this video, we'll be looking at both the fundamental analysis and the technical analysis, and the reason why you need to be patient with this coin, and possibly also know if you have not bought some yet, if it's a good investment for you to invest in while the coin is still at a good price. So I remember Bitcoin Gorilla. If you find my strategy quite interesting, because every strategy you're going to see in this analysis was developed by me, no indicator is allowed in my analysis. So make sure that you don't forget to click the notification bell button if you want to get notifications every time I post, because I post daily, only weekend when I try to take a break, right? So I post 2 to 3 videos daily, right? So if you find it quite interesting, subscribe. So let's jump right in straight into it. So first of all, I want to explain to us why Sun actually dumped. You can see Sun was at a point trading at $54, right? And you can see this sudden dump that took Sun all the way to 0 point, all the way to 0.02 something. That's below $1. What could have happened to this coin? Now let me start by first introducing you to the old Sun before this particular new Sun. That will give us a little understanding of what really happened to Sun and why Sun is better than it was yesterday. Now you see, the old Sun is a cryptocurrency designed to further development of decentralized finance, that's DeFi, on the blockchain network for Tron. And this old Sun felt like they needed a redenomination. Now, first of all, what is even a redenomination? Now, let's understand what a redenomination is. According to Google, redenomination is when the value of a cryptocurrency is recalibrated due to a substantial change in the buying power of the currency. In a redenomination, old notes are exchanged for new ones at a fixed exchange rate. Now, I went further to really understand what this word means, and when I dive deeper, I got to understand that this actually happened to coins when the buying power is actually over valued or it is undervalued. In the case of when it is overvalued, it means that small investors can't really buy the coin because the coin is too expensive. Now, according to this article, it said when a token is redenominated, a new value is assigned to it, as well as the old logo and a new what? A new name. It refers to the process of simplifying without lowering its value. Now, the thing is this: when such thing happen, the price of the coin drops, because in the case of Sun, the redomination brought down the price of Sun, because before now Sun was trading at a very high price that a lot of investors, small investors, can invest into it. So it dropping to 0.0 something give a lot of investors access to actually go into Sun big time. So let's see what this new Sun look like. So after that was around June 2021, Sun, old Sun was delisted and a new Sun, sorry about the horn in the background, and a new Sun was created. That was the redenominated one was created, and that one went live around July, right? So here's the thing about the new Sun. So let's look at the new Sun. This is the one that is currently trading, that is live, that you can buy. You can no longer buy the old one, but you can buy the new one. Now, currently, according to CoinMarketCap, the new Sun is currently trading at 0.024. Now, the point is, what makes this new Sun so special? What makes this new Sun better than yesterday's Sun, the old Sun, and why should I invest into it? Now, according to um the Tron network, they say that the new Sun is not only going to be facing and focusing on um DeFi, right? This new Sun, they say, is your first top platform to support stable coin swap. Now, currently in the cryptocurrency world, there's nothing that helps us swap stable coins. Stable coin, when I mean stable coin, I mean coins like USDT, DOA, USDC, and all of that. There's no really a platform that lets you switch into these two coin. Instead, you have to switch from the stable coin to an to a coin, and then back to stablecoin. But with Sun, they now upgraded their platform to allow you be able to swap stablecoin, and not just that, token mining and self-governance. You see, after the redenomination, the new Sun token as a malfunctional governance token, sorry, as a multifunctional governance token on the Sun platform. See, we grant token holder various rights and benefits, such as the voting and governance right in the community, value capture, staking reward. So now there's staking, there is stablecoin swapping. There's a lot of things that have been added to the upgraded Sun. So let's take a look at the upgraded Sun platform and see what their platform look like. So this is what the upgraded platform look like. So when you come to the upgraded platform, you can see it said so far this is what is currently being locked. About um, this particular 3 billion has been locked on Sun, and you can see the platform. You can see the stable coin swap. You can see you can swap one USDT for USDJ or any other coin. You can see all the stable coins that are present. So all these stable coins before, you can't swap between two stable coins, but with the help of this, now you can swap. And not just that, if we move further down, this is the pool, this is the staking aspect where you earn money, and their return is quite very good, right? This is where you earn money even on your stable coin. Now, I've never seen any platform that lets you earn from a stable coin. If you have USDT, can you earn money on it? No. But with Sun, you can earn money on your stable coin. That the USDT, USDJ, TUSD, all of them can help you earn money. So this is a lot of upgrade. This is a lot of upgrade. Especially look at this. The staking, you have a reward of 242 point something percent. That is a high reward. For stablecoin, you have almost 5.01. That is also a high reward on a stablecoin. Now, with this being known, we know the fundamentals now. Let's look at the price. What does the price say? Let's start by first of all getting the real support and resistance on the chart. That is very obvious in our eyes. So that's my resistance and that's my support. But because of the old Sun, the new Sun, when it got listed, the market cap remained the same with the old Sun. Now, the all-time high this coin has ever seen, the all-time high was about 2 months ago. Since the new Sun, we're talking about the new Sun now. We're not talking about the old Sun. Since the new Sun, the all-time high it has ever seen is 0.05436. Now the all-time low is 0.01625. Now you might ask me, now that they have upgraded, what makes me think that prices likely have chances of returning to over that $54? Now, what you must know is that when some got upgraded, the market's total supply never changed. That's one thing. The total supply never changed. The market cap never changed. It still retained the old market cap of the old Sun and retained the what the total supply. And what does that get? That tells you that if the old market cap can move without such upgrade, then the new coin is likely going to even do good, right? Because now we have a lot of good services added to the platform. So let's look at the price now. Now, the new coin was just listed in July, so there's no much data we're working with. So this is why we have to zoom in. This is why we had to do more of fundamental analysis, because my last video was more of technical analysis, but this we're still going to look at the technical. So you can see the all-time high that the price has ever reached since the listing is this point. Now this dump, forget about this red. That is the old Sun when it got delisted. The cause of the dump is that the old Sun was delisted and relisted, and that delisting led to the dump. So when they relisted it, a fresh new Sun was relisted on every exchange. So now that we've gotten the all-time high and all-time low, so I want to get other support and resistance areas that I can see that are in your face. Obviously, there's one here. So, and because we don't have much data, working with weekly chart is not really going to perform. So I'm going to be interchanging between the weekly chart and the daily chart. So this is what the daily chart looks like, and you can see obviously the red distance has disappeared, and we can see the real coin, right? The real price movement of the coin since being listed. So now that I've gotten this, I want to contain all the drama that has happened since this coin was relisted in a box. So this is the drama, and the next thing I want to get is my support and resistance area. So that is my obvious support and resistance. Don't forget to like this video if you find my analysis quite interesting or my style. Remember, this is Bitcoin Gorilla strategy. Now I have seen that there could be another box, inner box, but this inner box, to get it, I think we need to go to a little higher, lower time frame because there's no much data in order to see what we're working with. So I want to get the support and resistance. What I'm after is actually the most important support and resistance area. So I'm coming to 4 hours. I can see that I can be able to leave this here because that's where the clear rejection happened. Right here, you can see here. That's where the next, after this first rejection, that's the second rejection. So my box can clearly stay here, and I can get the support and resistance of this new box. I can tell you the resistance is around here. So that's my resistance area, and this is my support area. Okay, now that I've gotten this, I can see that obviously I need to reduce the color so that I can even see the candles themselves. Color of the chart is too colorful. Okay, that's quite better. So now that I've gotten this, I want to see what trend line can work in this chart. So I'm going to get my trend line. Obviously, there are broken ones already, but I want to see what happened to those trend lines that were broken and how they got broken. Okay. Okay, this obvious first one, I can see that there was a first touch. I need a minimum of two touches. Remember, all my analysis I explain what I'm doing. So I'll tell you why I am actually this trend line was broken. You can see here the trend line had two touches and got broken here, and you can see there was a retest of that trend line which automatically failed. Now they tried to come back to stay above it, which will also happen the same area that our line is here, but they failed, and you can see there was an instant dump here. Now this dump was like a retest of this point, but at this point where we are, this place is only already under a threat, and you can see they have made a double bottom right here again, just on touching the bottom of my support, the top of my support. Remember, this area is a support, this area is a support, this area is a resistance, and this area is a resistance. Having that at the back of our mind, knowing what support and resistance are areas of rejection, right? So I know that chances of bounce is high here. Chances of bounce is quite high. Excuse me. Chances of bounce is quite high because why? The whole of this point, the whole of this point is a buy demand zone, which means price can move up as long as price is within this zone, and it has touched the top of it, and you can see the reaction the first time, you can see the reaction, you can see the second reaction. Now, what I am saying from this reaction I'm already getting on just touching the support, let me zoom in so that you're going to see what I'm talking about, is that they will have to go back and retest the resistance of this point, right? That's around 0.31. They will have to come back and retest this point, 0.03171. So here's what I see, what I do see happen. First of all, now that we've gotten a buyer's line, I think we can still get a seller's line. So let's try to draw our seller's line. Why this point is important, why this retest point is important, remember, this is the trend line. So it's either they are going to get stopped here or that same trend line that they broke down from. So let's get the seller's line. Let's see what the seller's line actually look like since they got that all-time high. Let's see if we can actually draw a seller's line. Now with a seller's line, we need a minimum of 2 touches, right? So I need to draw the seller's line right here. So you can see they actually pierce through the seller's line with this their lance attempt, right? So here's the one. You have one here, you have two, you have three, right? So you can see here that they pierce through. I'm going to zoom in so you're going to see that. So you can see that right here they pierce through it, but it is no clear breakout. There is no clear breakout. So piercing through the line doesn't mean that they are broken out. That could be a deception. That could be like a stop loss hunt or probably a fake out. Why? Because the candle was not could not successfully close above it. For a breakout to be successful, the candle has to this closing point has to be above the line, right? This candle should have closed above the line. So the candle closing below the line is a sign that that is no breakout at all. And you can see price instantly went back down, which means we are having a sideways movement, which I talked about in my analysis. I said you have to be very patient with sun. Sun is going to move up, but first of all, sun need good demand to come into the market, into the coin. Good demand has to enter the price for good move up to come, and this demand is likely going to come. Why? Because it is the demand area is where sun is likely sitting on, right? So if you look closely, you see that this is 4 hours chart, and they have tried countless times to push sun down, but you can see it is not going that further down again, which means when you force something to go down and it can't go down, what will happen? It will change direction. So right, so if this push continues, at worst case scenario, sun is going to see this point, right, the end of the bottom of the support at worst case scenario. I always like staying open-minded because this is crypto. You want to understand what is going to happen. Now, one thing with about sideways movement is be very sure that at some point there will be a breakout. So I can contain this in a box like I do my other point. Let's just do that quick, right? I can contain this in a box like I do my other point, right? And you can see I can have my support and resistance, and the most important thing I'm going to draw here is my support, because time will not, I don't want this video to exceed more than 20 minutes. So this is my support area. So this is my support area, and you can see that price is hovering around that side, right? So I expect price to hold up around this point, but like I said, worst case scenario, always leave your mind open. And if you're going to some, I think it is better to take Sun as a long-term investment. The price is good for buying, the price has been upgraded, no market cap has been changed, and the service has been upgraded. And something unique is about that swapping of stable coin and as well as DeFi, the return on staking of Sun, right? And this important is what I'm telling you is the reason that at worst case scenario, always make sure that if some breaks below 0.01, get out of the trade. It is not longer safe. Because why? That is the bottom of my support area. So my support area said this is the best Sun can go. Anything that takes Sun below this, run for your life. So for me, I do see Sun attempting the top. First, we have to break this 0.05. It is going to be a war. It's not going to be an easy one. But once it is broken, then Sun can move up. You can see Sun has been on a sideways since being relisted, and very soon we're going to break out. You need more patience. I said 2022, not 20. We're still in 2021. So if you're waiting for my last analysis, remember I use higher time frame for my analysis. So they take time to play, minimum of 1 to 2 months. For me, my analysis are 3 months. That's what I give my analysis. Good money means you need to pyramid your trend, and you need to be